Week 6, 8-man football, Cedarville and Rapid River. Early on, Cedarville dominating on the option play. Caden Barbeau scores from 22 yards out, and Cedarville led early 7-0. On the next drive, Bobby Krakowski, the quarterback this time, would air it out and finds, yet again, guess who? Barbeau. And he would score his second touchdown, and just like that, Cedarville led early 14-0. Later in the quarter, Rapid River looking for any kind of offense. Jake Pearson would keep the ball and toughly get a first down, and the first quarter comes to an end with Cedarville on top by 2 scores. In the second quarter, the Rockets would finally get in the scoreboard here as Riley Pajanich would take the handoff, goes left, and goes 50 yards to the house. And Rapid River, it's right back in it. It's 14-6. But Cedarville was too much for the Rockets, and there will be a new #1 team next week in the 8-man football poll as Cedarville runs away and then some from the Rockets, 72-12. Well, to the scoreboards, Bel Air traveled to Brimley and wins by 4 touchdowns, 42-14. Meanwhile, the Wolverines put up 70 points tonight, beating Ewan Trout Creek by 22. In Newberry, the Jets hold on late to win by 6, 27-21 over the Indians. Congrats to the Munising Mustangs. They shut out Ontonagon 36-0. Stevenson takes care of Bark River Harris 41-7. And this one just in, Northland Pines 48, Houghton 22. Back to the highlights. 2 rivals, Forest Park and North Dickinson, met up tonight in Felch. After both teams exchanged turnovers in their first possessions, the Nordics would have the first of many big plays in the night. Tim Haruska would find a hole to the right and go 83 yards to the house for the score. Extra point good, 7-0 North Dickinson. The next possession for Forest Park was another turnover as Lance Mongar coughs it up. The ball goes right into the hands of Cody Berg, and Cody, he gone 47 yards the other way on the fumble, and the Nordics led 13-0. A piece of the helmet flying off. They're hitting hard. Forest Park was looking for an answer on offense. They figured, let's go to the air. They do here. Jeff Johnson airs it out downfield, where Ken Pekarek is there to make the INT as Pekarek would return it to almost midfield. ND would score again to make it 19-0. Forest Park would respond with a touchdown to make it a 19-6 ball game, but North Dickinson drove down the field yet again as Pekarek connects here with Berg for a 47-yard touchdown pass, and North Dickinson takes care of Forest Park 55-27. Back to the scores, Hurley easily takes care of Baraga 55-6. In Ironwood, the Purple Hornets needed overtime to get by the Red Devils 34-28. Lance is now playoff eligible at 6-0. And in Calumet, the Copper Kings take down a West Iron team that dressed only 15 players, 38-8. Back to the goods, Escanaba hosted Menominee in a GNC battle. The Maroons probably a little angry after losing to Kingsford last week, pounded Escanaba here. Menominee up 21-0 in the third quarter. Justin Bolinski connects with Devin Harris, and Devin does the rest. 43 yards to the house, and the Maroons were up by 28. Later in the third, James Brown would knock off a big run, and I mean big run for the Maroons, who run that offense so well, and he'd be knocked out of bounds just shy of the 5-yard line, but Menominee would score again, and they would lead 35-0. Now, Escanaba tried anything they could to stay in this ballgame. Quarterback David Fallish would keep the ball here and try and pick up some yards. He would, but Menominee's defense too tough tonight, and the Maroons bounce back and win 42-17 over Escanaba. Welcome back. You can probably hear me now because I'm actually mic'd up this time. For the Ishpeming Hematites, their 2012 season has been one to remember thus far. The Hematites came into tonight's game undefeated at 5-0 with a showdown against crosstown rival Negaunee on the schedule next Friday night. But Ishpeming first had to take on Leona Wabeno at home. The Hematites didn't really have any problems with the Rebels either. Already leading 6-0, Eric Kostriva gets the handoff at his own 27-yard line, and he breaks not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6 tackles until the senior is taken down, a gain of 25. Ishpeming would score on a touchdown catch by Seppi Bertucci, and the 2-point conversion was good thanks to a jump pass by Tyler Windahl to RJ Poyer, and Ishpeming led 14-0. To the second quarter, Ishpeming knocking on the doorstep once again, up 20-0. Adam Prisk finds the end zone from 7 yards out, and the Hematites led 26-0. So Eric Dompierre comes on to attempt the extra point, and Eric, doink, hits the crossbar, and the extra point is good. The Hematites led 27-0. Time winding down in the first half, Leona Wabeno had to punt once again, and from his own 37, Tyrus Milmacki starts to his right, and let's change my mind, and that was a good decision, as Milmacki would go almost untouched to the promised land, 37-yard punt return by Tyrus. Ishpeming led 35-0 at the half, and the Hematites win big 48-0. They are now 6-0 and will face Negaunee next Friday night. Back to the scoreboards. Kingsford gets 111 rushing yards and a touchdown from Reed Larson as they hold off Marquette 21-14. Meanwhile, in the Sioux, it's back to the drawing board for the Braves. The Sioux win big over Gladstone 49-14. And in Manistee, Iron Mountain holds on to beat a very much improved Manistee squad 12-7. To the final football highlight of the night, Westwood played at Gwinn. The Model Towners got the ball first. Quarterback Justin Nyquist carrying the ball here. Nate Klisch would force a fumble there, and the Patriots recover the football. That would be Justin Connors who fell on it. And Westwood would score 6 points on the Gwinn turnover as Francois Montbrun, yes, finds the end zone from a yard out, and the Pats led early 7-0. In the second quarter, Gwinn driving on 4th and 1. Nyquist keeps the ball, runs to his left, he's tackled, he stretches, and he scores from 10 yards out, and the Model Towners trail 7-6, and they would go for 2. Why not? And on that 2-point conversion, Nyquist would keep the ball. On his second effort, he scores the 2-point conversion, and Gwinn led 8-7. But the Patriots would come back before the half and score again as Klisch connects here with Montbrun from 25 yards out to give Westwood a 13-8 lead. The Patriots led by 11 at the half, but the Model Towners scored a late touchdown with a minute to go and a scoop and score by Owen DeVoe to win the game 22-19 and shocking the Patriots, their first win over them since 2004. Well, as we have seen the last 6 weeks, high school football has dominated the sports prep scene in the UP on Friday nights, but the collegiate sports are starting to play on Friday nights themselves. In GLIAC play, NMU hosted Tiffin and Marquette this afternoon, a little soccer match. It was a scoreless game in the late first half on a penalty kick. It's Becky Forenza who finds the back of the net. 1-0 Wildcats with 1:27 left in the first half. But the Dragons, they would not go down very quietly. With under 30 seconds left in the first half, a corner kick for Tiffin results in a goal as the ball bounces off the head of Hannah McMasters, and the game was tied at 1 at the half. And Tiffin would outscore NMU 2-1 in the second half to win the game 3-2. In Houghton, the Huskies hold off Findlay 2-1. Michigan Tech is now at the top of the GLIAC women's soccer standings. Back to Marquette, the NMU volleyball team hosted Wayne State this evening as we go to the highlight. Early on in that first set, and as we see the NMU volleyball team pumped up for this one. Now we get to that first set. Things were knotted up at 1 point apiece. Lena Lopes fires the cross-court kill here, and Northern led 2-1. Wayne State then took a 5-4 lead and turned their defense into offense as freshman Kelsey Bonowitz would turn a block here into a Wayne State point, and the Warriors led 6-4. Timeout for the NMU Wildcats, and that timeout worked wonders as Kalisha Harley would set up senior Sarah Hamilton for a kill right down the middle of the Warrior D. Hamilton pulled NMU to within 2. Sarah had 12 kills in the contest. However, the Warriors pulled out the first set 25-19. NMU would lose the first 2 sets before winning the third set 25-19. Wayne State won the fourth set 25-14 to win the match 3-1. The Wildcats will host Findlay tomorrow afternoon at 4.